What if I asked you if tutors need to compete to get students? Most tutors would say, absolutely. I mean, there's a limited amount of students that need help and the industry is oversaturated with tutors. However, this is mistake number 13. Tutors never collaborating with other people to create content because they think they need to compete with each other. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can increase your online presence by collaborating with other tutors, teachers, and influencers. Now, this strategy is going to set you up for success so that your students can find you from all over the world and make sure that you always have a book-solid online tutoring business. My name's Joanne Kaminsky, and I have personally seen the positive effects of collaborating with others. I have been helping tutors since 2012, and while I have been doing this, I have created some strong relationships with other tutors, and they refer my services. Now, I've also seen an amazing thing happen when I was featured in the Penny Hoarder on October 30th, 2016. One of the staff members wrote a blog post called "This Teacher Ditched the Classroom and Now She Makes $75 an Hour." Now, the week that this was published, I got 3 new clients who had struggling readers and wanted to work with me. And I thought the fact that it mentioned that I make $75 an hour would scare people, but it didn't. People who could afford my services hired me. But the coolest part was, inside of our community, the Ultimate Support Group for Online Tutors, I was accepting like 300 people a day for the next week. Tons of teachers and tutors wanted to know how to do what I was doing. And this one experience helped me understand the power of getting in front of the right audience. Now, for the best information about how to get found, hired, and referred for your online tutoring business, hit subscribe and that little bell so that you can get notified when new content is released. Now, most tutors are not reaching out and collaborating with others. Most are trying to look for jobs with companies that pay terribly or make you use their curriculum, or they're bidding for students instead of reaching out to these kinds of resources that I'm going to mention. And this puts them in a competitive mindset instead of a collaborative mindset. So, who can you collaborate? First, you can collaborate with other tutors. We have an amazing free group that you can join called the Ultimate Support Group for Online Tutors on Facebook. And this group provides answers to tutors' top questions, helps them understand how to get found online as an online tutor, and discusses different teaching tools and methods to help their students. Sometimes a tutor needs help with learning how to use Skype or Zoom, and they reach out to the community to see if anyone will help them. Another tutor usually responds and gets on the phone with them and helps them navigate either tool. Another way that tutors collaborate with each other is to become accountability partners. Now, 2 incredible women in our community, Ashley DiMercurio and Victoria Burton, show how to have an effective partnership with each other. Even though both are reading tutors, they've decided to work together and see where it goes instead of worrying about competing. And so far, it's having awesome results for them. Check out the video in the description for the video they did called "Proof That Accountability Partners Online is Exactly What You're Looking For." Now, tutors can also collaborate by interviewing each other. And this makes it easy to create videos versus always creating your own. Getting interviewed by another person makes it look like you are more of an expert, which, by the way, most of you are. Suzanne Davis interviewed Terri Grigsby on a Facebook Live. And now Suzanne, she's an academic writing tutor and Terri's a math tutor. And they both work with kids like at the high school and college level. They don't tutor the same thing, but they potentially have a similar audience. Now, kids that struggle in math could struggle with writing. And now each of these tutors has a great person to refer if they have a student requesting services for writing or math. Now, Terri took the same interview and she put it on her YouTube page. And when people look at her YouTube page, it isn't just her. They can also see her being interviewed by another person. And what could be more fun than literacy and lattes? Victoria and Ashley have been hosting a weekly Facebook Live where they talk about literacy and drink their lattes. They take questions from people that come and watch their live, and both of them have gotten found and hired by people because of it. So even though they're both reading tutors, that doesn't stop either of them from benefiting. And who knew that effective collaboration in education could happen so well? But it does. Other people can collaborate with teachers as well. So there are teachers that are doing some amazing things. And when I first got started, I would Skype as a guest speaker in classrooms all over the world. I'd read a book and chat with the kids. I'd collaborate with a classroom teacher on a skill they were currently working on or a topic that they were covering. And today, there are teacher bloggers, YouTubers, and podcasters. And you can reach out to these teachers and find a way that you could mutually benefit each other. Now, if you just ask to be on their blog or podcast and there is nothing in it for them, you'll usually get turned down. Usually these people are interested in growing their audience. So if you have an audience, you can use this as leverage. Let them know how big your following is and what you will specifically do to help them get in front of more eyeballs. Have you started thinking about who you can reach out to and collaborate with? Who comes to your mind? Comment below. I want to continue this conversation with you. Now it's time to talk about two other kinds of influencers that you can get in front of. And these are macro influencers and micro influencers. And here are some interesting influencing marketing facts. Influencer marketing is one of the biggest ways that people are getting in front of audiences that are bigger than theirs. 74% of people trust social networks to guide them to make purchasing decisions. And 3 out of 4 customers trust the opinions on social media, including friends, family, and influencers, to help them make the right decision about a product or service. And you could be losing out to a whole host of students by not tapping into influencers. In 2016, influencer marketing surpassed print marketing. And according to Google Trends, video marketing is still the most prominent marketing channel, but second is influencer marketing. And 47% of customers have reported that they use ad blocking technology when browsing. So paying for ads won't reach these people. Only 14% of people can actually remember when they last saw an ad and what it promoted. Now the power is shifting to influencers, real people with real opinions. And there are 2 types of influencers. So let's take a look at the difference between macro versus micro influencers. So macro influencers tend to have audiences over 100,000 people. They're different from celebrities because they're mainly known online. These influencers have amazing reach and clout. Can you imagine what would happen to your business if you got recognized by one of these influencers? You would need to rethink your whole business because of how fast it could potentially grow. However, the bigger the audience, the more difficult it is to get these people recognizing you. And without reach and clout yourself, you're not likely to get in front of them and their audience. It doesn't hurt to try, but it will take longer. First, you're going to want to follow them. Be an active member wherever their community is online. Take part daily in discussions and add value. Share their content, join their programs, and do whatever you can to get noticed by these people. And once you've established a genuine relationship with them, then you can make a pitch. Until then, don't bother. Micro influencers are people who have a smaller following, but they still have pretty good reach and have established clout, just on a smaller scale. Now, micro influencers have a following between 1,000 to 100,000 people. And these people tend to be more engaged with their audience since they don't have as big of a following as macro influencers. And this can have some pretty good results for you. Now, who are you most likely to collaborate with? Take a look at your current audience size. Add up how many followers you have on all of your social media tools. This includes Pinterest, LinkedIn, Facebook groups that you've started, your Facebook business page, your blog followers or YouTube followers. Add it all up. For me, it's over 30,000 people. And you want to think about connecting with audiences that are similar to yours. However, if you reach like too high and are not engaging properly with them, you're probably going to get turned down. So how can you find these influencers? There are 2 ways. You can do it old school by searches inside of Google, YouTube, or Twitter, or you can use a tool called FOLLOWERWONK. It is a free tool that allows you to find influencers on Twitter. And many of these influencers have a Twitter profile. So I'm going to show you how you can find people that are related to your industry. All right, so I have gone to FOLLOWERWONK and I have put in here teacher podcast. Just randomly. Now, if I take a look inside of here, I could see some different people that kind of like catch my attention. We have here, this is Violetta Day Ayala, and she is a teacher. She's got a podcast for female sheroes. Hey, I don't know about you guys, but I think if you are a female, you are definitely a shero, especially since you are helping so many people. This might be a person to follow and be able to connect with. And you can see here, she's got 37,000 followers and she's following 27,000. She's got 4,943 tweets, and she's got a social authority of 33. So she's doing pretty good. Her account's been around for a long time. She's been building her business and all of that great stuff. So she's definitely a person who you could benefit from a possible partnership with. She has her own podcast called Female Sheroes. And so who knows, take a look at it and see if this is something that you would want to reach out to. Now, this guy here is, we've got Craig Barton. He's a maths teacher, okay? And he has the Mr. Barton Maths podcast. Now, he's got 27,000 followers. And when I went to his website, this is kind of cool, he had mentioned that people, like other teachers, are listening in the car. They're listening to this for professional development. I mean, think about how many teachers you can get in front of who have classrooms of students. If you're a math teacher, like, this seems like a no-brainer. I would totally follow this guy. I would listen to all of his podcasts, and then I would reach out to him as possible. I would also, one of the things that these kind of people like is you subscribing to their podcast. So if you don't want to reach out to someone if they have a podcast and you have not subscribed to their podcast, unless you also want to let them know, hey, I've subscribed to your podcast and been listening to it for the last couple of months, and I absolutely love it. I love the information that you share, and then you reach out to them. And so he's got some really great things. He's even written some books, How I Wish I'd Taught Maths, Lessons Learned from Research, Conversations with Experts, and 12 Years of Mistakes. So cool stuff. Definitely check that out. But these are some of the people that you guys can be connecting with in order to get in front of bigger audiences. So now that you know how to collaborate with other people online, the next step is to reach out to these influencers using best practices. And I've created a free email template that you can add your information to in order to catch their attention. This exact template helped me get onto the School Sucks project and help me get 2 homeschool students. All you need to do is click the link in the description below. And if you like this video, please let me know by liking it below. Subscribe, share it with other tutors and teachers that are interested in starting their online tutoring business. Now, in the next video, we will be talking about mistake number 14, how tutors do not charge what they are worth. And a big reason is because they think there is too much competition. We're going to bust this myth and get you more money per hour. My name is Joanne Kaminsky, the online tutor business coach, and here's till next time.